K, leading into this North Carolina game, has done a handful of press conferences where he has said he does not want to make it about him.
Uh-huh.
He has said that Duke University was his for 42 years, but he's ready to pass it off to John Shire and whatever else.
It doesn't even make sense what he said. He said it's been mine for 42 years, but it's Duke's forever. It's like, wait a second. So it was yours for 42. So it hasn't been Duke's for 42 years.
Yeah.
So and now you're giving it back to Duke, and like, what's Duke? Duke's like, we don't know what to do with this.
I've held this university hostage for 42 years that I have. No,
and then Duke tried to make a decision for their next coach. They're like, okay, coach, thank you so much. We're going to move forward. We're going to make a Duke decision. We choose Tommy Amaker. And he's like,
no, give me the university back. I'm going to
give me that back.
So Duke versus North Carolina. In case you missed it, folks, gosh. Duke will be playing North Carolina. It will be Coach K's last game in Cameron Indoor Stadium on Saturday.
Yep.
Duke has invited every former Coach K player back, which comes out to 208 players, is what they said.
Mm-hmm.
I think someone did that. Does that include transfers? Does that include the guys that?
I don't think so.
I don't think it does. Did Rashid Suleiman get a
invitation? Did Michael Jabinajay? Did Derek Thornton?
Yeah. Did Marquise Bolden? How does he say it? Marcus?
I think it's just Marcus at the end. I think in the end he just went with Marcus.
I thought he got Dukified.
He did. Like he did like the first 3 years, and then I think at the end he was like, "I'm just Marcus Bolden."
So he invited 208 players back.
Yes.
Apparently, the reports are that they expect 70 to 80. Does that feel low to you? Because when I saw that, I was like, "Oh, that's it."
Very low.
70 guys are coming back.
Yeah.
Out of 208.
I mean,
I don't know.
It's the difference between a brotherhood and a family. You know what I mean? A brotherhood, there's only a certain amount of people that can be there. And Coach K, as we know, Corey Maggette, is he going to be there?
Great question.
Like there's guys, Josh McRoberts, is he going to be there?
Roberts.
There's
probably not going to be.
Greg Paulus. Is Greg Paulus going to be there? Maybe so he can, help build his resume up. But like the way that it ended for GP, I wouldn't go back.
I think Paulus sees it as a networking opportunity.
Exactly. Yeah. So he's going there for LinkedIn purposes.
Lance Thomas, he's another guy.
He'll be there.
You think he'll be there?
I think he'll be there.
All right.
I think he shows. And they try to act like, what do you mean nothing happened here?
Yeah. Did Pete Gaudette get invited, do you think?
No. Well, maybe did. If they lose, Pete Gaudette goes on his record. He's in the building. Coach K's like, this wasn't on me.
Pete, come here, I want to tell you something. It's like, gotcha, bitch, and he throws him in the seat and then takes off running.
Or what if they're down at halftime? Coach K makes Shire go out for the second half, and that's his first loss. That would be smart.
Where's your head at with all of this? We'll talk about the game. We're obviously talking about it is all about K. We're doing a podcast tomorrow. We're gonna go back to your house and watch the game and do a post game show. We'll talk about like the actual game then.
Yeah.
For now, it's all about K. So as a North Carolina guy, where is your head at with all of this going into seeing all the coverage, hearing all the stories?
I mean, it's exactly what I reported and scooped originally. This is the Coach K farewell tour, and this is the final act. You know what I mean? We already have Jay Billis outside of Krzyzewskiville talking about why Coach K learned French and, and all these ridiculous stories that you're like, what? And how he wouldn't have been a lawyer without Coach K. And he wouldn't be in broadcasting without Coach K. And, every single person is now coming out. And, I'm pretty sure we're going to hear soon that, Derek Jeter wouldn't have played baseball without Coach K. I mean, that is the level that we're getting to with these stories. And if you see the slate for ESPN this weekend, I mean, you're going to get blued out. I mean, you're going to get this is going to be the Coach K blue blood weekend. You can't dodge it. You can't escape it. You just got to soak it in. And as Carolina people, this is everything that we always knew. I mean, the ego of Coach K that we have always talked about and always said, this is the difference between Dean and K. One says this program is mine, and the other one says this is my player's program. You know what I mean? This is the difference between the two, and you can sum it up like that. You know what I mean? And I don't have to say much else. That is who they are. And so this moment in time, he is who we thought he was. You know what I mean? So it's a confirmation bias. You know what I mean? It's like everything I've always thought, yes. I'm seeing it on display. But I also know that Coach K does great for cancer. I know Coach K learned a lot from Jimmy V and Dean Smith about how to be a good human being, and I think he practices those things.
Wow, look at you.
So I acknowledge that. You know what I mean? But other than that, it is the vanity that we also speak.
It is. I was getting more emotional than I thought I was. When I was watching it, I was tearing up. No, watching all the stuff though, like it is, I'm torn because on the one hand, it is over the top. It is obnoxious as hell. It is like this is what ESPN does better than any. Like for everyone likes to rip on like ESPN.
If there's anyone that deserves the moment, it's Coach K. I will say that. Like, sure, give him the full runway.
Everyone talks about what ESPN sucks at, but one thing they are great at is just shoving something down your throat nonstop. And this time it is Coach K. And so like my instinct is to push it away. Like like who cares? He's one man. It doesn't matter. But you're right. If there's anybody that deserves it, I guess it is him and what he has built at Duke. And he is the greatest. In all seriousness, he's the greatest basketball coach in the history of college basketball. Or the most successful.
The winningest.
The winningest. Yeah.
The winningest.
Greatest, I think, is not the best, but the greatest. Definitely the greatest, not the best. Rick Pitino's the best. He's the greatest. So in that part, like I understand.
Rick Pitino's going to come on our show, by the way. I think he likes that we acknowledge that he's the GOAT.
We're going to talk about Rick Pitino more in a little bit, by the way. But I did like find myself this week. I have been sort of like digesting all the stories and what everybody's saying, and there is like a little bit of the feeling of like it will be weird moving forward because this is the one constant. And you know, I mean, people that listen to our show know that like we spend more time talking about K than just about anyone because he's a content goldmine. You can't help it. Like everything that comes out of his mouth is hilarious. So we love to make fun of him, but he is the greatest. And I don't know. It's just it is like a weird deal because I cannot imagine my life without Duke basketball in it in some capacity. That like having Duke there, and I know I'm preaching to the choir because this is but I'm saying this as an outsider. Like Duke is always, it has always like cast a shadow over all of college basketball. It is always just kind of
the evil empire.
They really are. Yeah. And it's not Duke.
This is the end of the Death Star.
But it's not Duke. Like that's the point. And I think Kay's saying like it's been my university for 42 years. He was absolutely right. Like it's very egotistical to say that, but it's true. So I guess like in that regard, like I can't kill him too much because the reasons we hate Duke, you could say it's JJ Redick and Grayson Allen and Christian Laettner and like on and on and on. It's Coach K. It's
attitude
it
reflects
starts
leadership.
At the top. That's it. So like I genuinely, when John Shire takes over, and even if he's great and it feels similar, I don't know if I don't think we'll ever get to that level of like of I don't know if hatred's the right word, but just like interest in Duke. You know what I mean? Like because like to me, Duke becomes just another good college basketball program when John Shire takes over. The whole mystique, the whole, you know, the whole like other, because Duke has operated independently of all of college basketball. They've always had their own stuff going on, and that is because of how
it's very tight.
Yes, runs his stuff. Yeah, and I feel like when Shire takes over, it's going to be they like welcome him back into the general public of college basketball, blend it all together, and now you're just like one of the rest,
which is their nightmare.
Yeah,
that is what
my nightmare is. A guy who loves to just like, you know, if we have nothing to talk about, I just Google Coach K, hit enter, and then I'm like, all right, that'll lead the show, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that is what Coach K is trying to – I think that's why he stopped the Tommy Amaker thing, because then it becomes, like you said, it is just another program in the conversation amongst all these other college basketball powerhouses, and he wants to keep, maybe not control of the program. I don't want control. Who said that? I say it. I mean, I'll take it. He definitely wants the control, but maybe not the basketball part of it. But he also knows that, like, that air of, you know, this is the Death Star, this is the place.
Yeah,
that is the cachet of Duke. And if you don't have that, what do you really have? What is the Death Star without Darth Vader? Nothing.
I don't know my Star Wars lore.
Nothing.
Okay. Is that a spoiler?
It's nothing. Nobody cares, okay? And that's the problem. That's the concern with Coach K. He's worried about the apathy more than anything.
Duke's going to be good. I mean, like, their recruiting class is insane next year.
But what's the allure?
But is it – is it as polar – are they going to be as polarizing?
No. Hey there, thanks for watching Titus and Tate. For the full friend of the program experience, subscribe right below and come join us for all things college basketball. The action is heating up. Come join Titus and Tate.